Hello, welcome to Coffee Milk. I'm Mitch Apollo.
And I'm Mark Laporte, and this is the third episode we've done. We're the inaugural episode 1 3 times over. We didn't like the first two, and here we are on the third. So you think we're going to do better this time?
Yeah, I really hope we do. Yeah, those last two episodes were not good at all.
Well, it's December 30th. We plan on having this up on January 1st. We essentially created this podcast. Well, I kind of came up with it. Mitch came up with the name Coffee Milk because we live in Rhode Island. That's the state drink. And if you're from Rhode Island, you should really love coffee milk.
Coffee milk is great.
The way I know Mitch is he's kind of a schemer. Kid loves to have ideas and side hustles and stuff, but he can't focus on one. He'll start something and then he tries something different, which isn't a bad thing because you're young. He's 20 years old and he just wants
shiny object syndrome.
Yes, I say attention deficit. Ooh, squirrel. I figured this podcast would be kind of a great way for us to get together, and then we can just always talk about side hustles or starting something. But this is also to get you to be consistent with something.
Yeah.
All I want is just if we could do 52 episodes this year, if you could stick with this for 1 year, I feel that's good for you in future business ideas. Plus, we can kind of focus in on one, have the audience help us.
Yeah, I decided, I agreed to doing this podcast. It was your idea, and then I was like, that's a good idea. So I decided to do it because I don't really know exactly what I want to do for my career, and I'm recently interested in the internet and just things online, doing business online, marketing and whatnot, because AI is blowing up right now and everything is moving to the internet. So I was like, we'll do a podcast. And when you were talking with me about how it can also open up, it has so many opportunities for networking and building an audience. So I was like, I didn't really consider that part. It's like, you start a podcast and then you could have someone asking you for advice on how to set up a podcast, and then you could be potentially helping people and meeting new people along the way and other creators and whatnot. So
that's what somebody was saying. They said, say you have an agency, I have an idea for an agency I want to create. If you're trying to sell your services to somebody, what's the easiest way to sell to them? Are you going to cold email them, cold call them? Or how about you just invite them on your podcast and let them talk about themselves and then say, oh, by the way, I do this, and boom, you may have a client. I feel it's easier to have people come on and talk about themselves and you can sell them anything. Yeah, I thought it'd be cool to have...
maybe we shouldn't include that if we try and do it in the future.
What? Oh, what?
Have someone on the podcast, have them talk, and then, just pitch them the idea.
Oh, I'm not saying that's the essential plan, but I'm saying it's always an option because I feel with a podcast, you have so much just from doing one thing. I mean, you could turn this into blog posts, Instagram things, TikTok things, and then you were just talking about your friend who has the gym meme page, and he makes $3,000 a month just from doing ads or whatnot for other things. But as a meme,
insane.
If you did that with a podcast and you create little short snippets from the golden pieces of advice we're going to give throughout this entire podcast.
Oh, yeah. I actually have a story about YouTube Shorts too, but keep going.
Oh, yeah, no, what's up?
I posted a YouTube video on Assetto Corsa sim racing. Yeah, so sim racing is really big now. Everyone's got all this high-tech equipment for steering wheels for playing Forza and racing games on the computer.
Oh, a simulator.
Yeah, a racing simulator.
I thought this was a drone.
So you got the pedals, you got the shifter, you got the steering wheel. It gives you electronic force feedback on the steering wheel, so it feels like you're driving a car.
That's insane.
So the views on people recording themselves steering and their pedals and shifting, and also recording the gameplay in first person and in VR too.
That's what you sent me.
You can put yourself in VR in the car.
So that was you driving on a simulator, and
yeah, I sent you a clip a while ago. So yeah, that's when I was thinking about doing a YouTube channel, but I never went through with it. That was about a year ago. And then just recently I posted a video. Then my friend Dylan also made a YouTube channel right after I did that, because he was like, I'm doing it too. So he makes a video on this new game. It's by Rick and Morty. You look it up. It's by Rick and Morty, and it's for console. I think PS4. I don't know. Maybe every console. This game he's playing, it is hilarious. Every like character talks. If you accidentally hit the pause button instead of the reload button, the gun has a talking face on it, and it will yell at you and say, "What type of idiot hits the pause button instead of reloading a gun?" So he gets a funny clip from the game, and he puts it into a YouTube short. It got 1.4K overnight. Yeah, people love to watch that, especially the driving. Like, people love cars.
So all you need is just a
the
second
graphics
camera.
have gotten so good now that if you're just driving a car and it's satisfying, it's got the sounds, the exhaust backfiring, some flames, like maybe people like drifting, fast driving. You can cut up through traffic on the highway, just like watching videos of real cars drifting like through Japan and
I
whatnot.
didn't think of that.
You know, it's like the car culture. Like there's a lot behind it.
Okay, well, why don't you do that?
I got 2 videos posted. Now I got to add the camera for the hands and the feet camera.
Wow, so it's 3 cameras.
I don't know if I'm going to do the pedal camera.
Yeah, see,
I'm eventually going to do it, but it's going to be a lot to sync up.
that's why people do the clap. If you ever see a video being made, it's like, quiet on the set, and then they have that big, snap thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what it's for.
That's to sync up everything.
That was a big tangent about video games.
No, but it's a great idea because, I mean, the YouTube channel at work, we do about two grand a month from ad revenue just from that.
Yeah, from YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. YouTube's awesome. Even for like not just for Assetto Corsa. So that game has a bunch of mods, and people make their own cars and weather mods, graphics mods, whatnot. So you can pay for all of that and get like premium access to it.
Right.
Because like people who create these, it's not like a game developer. It's just like
Normal
like
people.
normal like coders and whatnot. They make them and then they have a Patreon and they sell it on Patreon. The mod download.
Oh, that's pretty
Yeah.
genius. See, I just play Overwatch. I don't know anything about any of the games. I mean, I tried playing NHL, the new NHL. I'm just horrible at sports games. I could never get it. But a car game, for some reason, I can zone into a car game, and I feel like I gotta try a simulator. I need one
try
where
it.
got seats, and you can move them back and forth, and they go sideways.
I wish I had the seat.
What's that cost?
Oh, those are expensive.
Like $5,000 or
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah. You know how many people are just selling like random products like slushy cups? There's this thing, this loop lasso, I think they call it. It's a little like string machine, and it makes this giant loop of string, and they got these neon strings, but it looks cool. They're selling all these product like little toys and gadgets on Snapchat. Like you make a video just about the one gadget, and you make one account for one gadget, and you'll get 50K on your video. And with 50K, you gotta get some sales for free. You post it. You just post
Oh,
it.
views.
Yeah, views, 50K views. So that's a lot of exposure for your product. So it's like you could sell anything nowadays.
Dang.
That's another
What is it,
little
just-
idea. Selling small products online and marketing through Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, all those
mean, you
short
wanna do-
stream medias.
Your own product, or do you want to sell somebody else's?
Well, it would be awesome to have your own, but I'm saying just like in general as a side hustle idea, little business idea.
Oh,
you could do that.
Like affiliate marketing.
I see a lot of
But-
people doing it. And,
or drop shipping.
yeah. You know, listening to some guy telling you how to get rich, you got to go out and do it and figure it out
And
and make mistakes.
making mistakes. That's why it's good. That's why it's good that you're doing a lot of different things, because you should never really master one thing. Like, I'm a man of many talents, master of none, but it's better than being a master of one. That's the whole
I guess,
quote.
yeah.
But yeah, I like being wait, did I get that right? A jack of all trades, master of,
Man of many talents, master of none. Yeah.
but it's better than
Master of some.
of one.
I want to be master of some. Definitely some.
I like doing a little bit of everything.
So have you seen all of the AI art that's
Nope.
going on recently?
Nope.
Nope. Oh,
The last thing I sent you was about ChatGPT, because I saw in a news article,
So,
maybe somebody tweeting about it.
there's a massive debate right now. Well, not a massive debate, but I guess you could call it a massive debate. Are you for AI art or against AI art? Do you think it is a bad thing to have a machine be trained on a bunch of people's like original artwork that they have created with their hands and minds, and then have a machine learn from that and like
its own thing.
create its own thing? Do you think that's like
I think it's perfectly fine.
infringing on their design rights or?
No, because everybody who's an artist right now has learned from the previous artists. There's people who like Picasso's work and they kind of replicate it in their own work, or Salvador Dali or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I feel like AI, it's just another human learning from everybody else, but it gets to learn from everybody.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
its own
quite
thing.
fascinating.
I don't
really
I,
is.
I think it's cool. Of course, I'm going.
I
Talk
think
to me in 5 years when AI takes over.
yeah. I think it's okay. Well, I mean, I don't know. If I was to put myself in a really good or just an artist shoes, I think I would be scared and I would be upset. Once you learn how it works and you learn that like when you're an artist, like you take so much time to like
Oh yeah.
draw and like I'm not an artist myself, but I know like they take time and it's like they like take pride in it. So it's like I would be distraught if all of a sudden this machine is just pumping out these amazing images in my style.
In seconds.
Yeah, in seconds too, in batches of hundreds. And
My thing is, every company needs to adapt. The future keeps coming.
Yes.
You need to be able to
Yes.
adapt. So
I agree.
if Henry Ford, the assembly line,
Yeah.
it's like, well, companies now just needed less workforce, but they needed to be trained on how an assembly line works.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it made everything more efficient. The artist just needs to learn how to use the AI art, and then maybe it'll create something for them that the artist could take and then just turn it into their own thing in Photoshop or something. I don't see why it's a big deal.
I mean, it's definitely it's hard to think about when you're not an artist.
Oh, I'm not creative in any way, shape, or form.
Me neither.
I need to see it.
I was always in art class. I was always the kid the teacher would go up to and they'd be talking to me. They'd be like, "Are you going to add any more detail or anything else?" I'm like, "No, I think it's good."
The stick figures are fine.
Exactly. It's like, "No, look at this guy. He's hanging over there. And I got a stick figure over there too. Look, it's great." No, I'm not an artist. But
I think the only thing I was good at was when they did the pottery.
yeah.
I know how
I wasn't too good at that either.
I like that stuff.
So there was a conversation that I was listening to in the AI art Discord because Midjourney, one of the top AI art generators, is run through Discord. So there was a voice channel in there. I was listening to everyone talk, and they were having a debate about AI and is this all like, is this ethical to do? Is this right? Should we be training this AI on all these images because it's working really damn good? So everyone's kind of getting like nervous. So they were having a conversation about is it ethical or not to train the AI on images, and artists are getting mad and whatnot. And there were even some artists that come to the AI Discord just to talk about and debate and not even use the tool because they're an artist themselves and they're upset because this tool is insane. You can do add to the end of your prompt by Salvador Dali or like even any like just general artist that you can find on an art website. Like say there's a just artist in New York or like just a small like artist somewhere who posts their art online frequently. That AI probably was trained on their art. They were having a debate about it, and a lot of people were saying that think back to the printing press. What happened then? People were like, oh, like this information is going to be like spread in like waves and like it's not going to be the same like it used to be. Like you could just take a book and copy it and spread it everywhere. Now you can take an image and just print as many as you want, whoever you are. Like it doesn't matter who you are, you can make art. And like people adapted to that. So I feel like people will adapt to this as well.
I also think it's the AI art. We're not creative, or I'm not creative. You've seen me use the machine. I'm horrible at it, but you taught me you can go into crazy detail because I always said the hands and the eyes look weird. And then you said, no, you could do the iris thing or type in an iris prompt.
Yes. It's very finicky. It's like if you don't give it the direction that you want a hand with 5 fingers or you don't want you have to say like no disformed face, or you have to say symmetrical face, because some of the machines, a lot of the algorithms don't understand the word no or negative language.
Oh, okay.
Because it's kind of like spaced apart, and it's like it doesn't know how to associate the word no with words after it. So you could say no umbrella, but I want a raincoat. So like it's not gonna know if it wants a no umbrella or no raincoat too. It's like I don't know, gets confused, whatever. But
No, it's are you more into the art side? Because it seems like you can.
I'm exploring all of the AI right now. I'm using the AI language models to generate prompts for the generators. So I just ask it to make me a random scene and then feed it to the generator. And then you basically just have an infinite flow of art being generated that is... It makes sense. It makes sense too. You could ask the language model to generate you text prompts for stickers, random stickers, and it will give you all coherent examples of stickers that make sense and come out perfectly every time. You don't have to do any prompting. You don't have to tweak your prompts. They always look great. It's like unlimited art. It's insane. So like combining the text AI with the image AI is like insane when you combine.
I never even thought about that. I think it's wild how with all this AI stuff, you really don't need to do or learn anything anymore. I mean, you have to learn how to talk to the AI.
Yeah.
But before the internet in the 80s and stuff, everybody thought that access to information was lacking, and that's why people were dumb. And then we get the internet, and you have all this access to information instantaneously, and now you just realize now people are dumb. And then you got AI now, which is like, oh, what topic do you want me to write about? And you're just like, oh, physics. And then it'll just spit out a whole physics thing, and then you can use that and turn it into images for your physics book or what. It's amazing to me that you just don't have to really do anything anymore. I don't know. Everything's going way too fast.
So you were around, because you're old, when the internet like came out and started becoming a big thing.
Totally.
So what did people think of the internet when it was coming out?
It was a fad.
They thought it wasn't gonna last.
Nope.
Did they think it was gonna make people dumb, or did they think it was gonna do something bad because it was like instantaneous information and whatnot?
I don't remember that stuff. I remember everybody being like, no, it's just a fad. AOL's, just a one-time thing. And AOL was kind of the internet that really got everybody on board because it had a beautiful interface. It wasn't just, like you open up Google Chrome or something, you got to type in a website. There was none of that before. You went on, it's like, welcome, you've got mail. You had mail.
You've got mail. I love that. I want to hear it.
Oh, God. Before that, buddy, you look at it nice. All right. Then after AOL, it was Netscape. And do it again.
You've got mail. I thought it would sound better, but
no.
It sounds like you're talking through a walkie-talkie.
But I'll tell you, getting that you've got mail thing, it was just... intense. You were so excited when you had mail. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But at that time, it was just probably big because of the chat rooms too. You just go in any chat room. There's a lot of scumbags, but
I feel like the chat rooms were weird.
It was wild to be able to talk to somebody instantaneously in Alaska, but it was weird because they'd just hand out CDs like they were going out of style, CD-ROMs, and you'd have to install the software, but it came with like maybe a free 10 or 20 hours of AOL because you had to pay by the hour. It was, and it got pretty expensive when you went over your time, so...
Yeah.
I think my friend still has all his AOL CDs in the package because we used them as coasters. They put them in every gas station, they were everywhere. You went to a pizza parlor, I think they just had big stacks of free AOL software, free 20 hours, and you just create new usernames and try and get back in contact with all the people you had before and tell them, look, I got a new AOL account. But, sorry, I don't know where we're going with that. It was just a fad.
Wow, that's crazy.
But then towards the end of it, A CD-ROM. Oh, yeah. That's how we had to do it. You couldn't... If you had to download something, I mean, a song might have taken me hours to download. 3-minute song would take hours. And if anybody at the time was calling in, you'd lose the connection to the internet and you'd lose your download. So you'd either have to... I don't know if you could download from where you...
Because if someone called the house phone?
Yes.
Oh, I always... I think I remember there was like a movie scene or something I was watching, and then... someone called the house, and some kid was on the computer, and he was pissed, and I didn't understand that, and now I do.
Oh yeah, because you would wait hours for this thing to download. Even a picture probably took 10, 20 minutes. It was insane.
Wow, that's crazy.
Or your parents would just need to make a phone call, and they'd pick up the phone while you're on the computer.
Yeah,
the most distressing thing ever, because it took maybe 5 minutes to get back on.
Oh, it was like a whole process to log on.
Absolutely. AOL would close, and then you have to reopen it, and then it would just, you'd hear the modem noises. And I'm going to put this in here. It's horrible, but when you hear it again, I don't know, it takes you back to a simpler time. But the download speeds were shit.
Were they against the internet when it came out? Were there groups like saying, no, this is bad?
Oh, God.
We need the library.
At that point, yeah. I mean, there's always crazy people.
So
there's always people who complain.
All right, I'm thinking. So since we're going into 2023, I'll drop a prediction real quick. So
you want to do predictions?
Well, we don't. We could make them.
Prediction minute.
Oh, prediction minute. Okay. So AI is going to basically almost like replace the internet, and there's going to be like everyone making their own AI models for searching or whatnot, and it's going to be like I don't know, I feel like AI is just going to be everywhere.
You think
in 2023?
Really?
Yes.
Sharon, it seems like everything's picking up faster. I mean, it took a while for everybody to get the internet, or everybody in the United States. There's still probably a lot of people who don't have it. So say it was 10 years, say from like 95 to 2005. That's what it took for everybody to become, okay, this is the thing. So we're all going to be involved. Just like cell phones. I mean, I got my smartphone maybe 4 years ago. I still had a flip phone.
So you're saying it's going to take more time for AI to catch on and everyone to be using it?
I think
as if it was like a search engine, because people are already using it like a search engine today.
I think a lot of people are using it because those are the groups that you're involved in.
Yeah, that I'm seeing, yeah.
But, I mean, talk to your friends. They know AI.
No, they don't.
They have no clue.
Yeah.
So it's when your friends start talking to you about it, that's when it's taken off. Bitcoin, 2011? It was 2017. What are we at? What's Bitcoin price right now?
I think 16. Maybe it's down to 15 today.
16,562. Oh, when you saw it 4 years ago.
But that's because some bills are coming out. I think crypto is going to be
end of the year.
A big thing in 2023 too. There's another prediction.
Okay.
I think we're going to see like actual U.S. bills or something to get crypto in. Whether it be like a different type of it, maybe the banks will make their own digital currency.
100% there.
And if banks do make their own digital currency, then I think that's going to boost the overall adoption of crypto. Like we're going to see another adoption cycle.
And you think it's going to have, I think we're going to, okay, my prediction, 2023, crypto winter. It's not going to go up. It's going to go down, or it's going to stay the same.
Because everything's going on behind the scenes with it?
I think because of just the overall consensus of the world and the economy. Right now, what I think we're seeing like I keep looking at the stock market every day, or my boss, he keeps telling me the numbers.
So
it makes no sense.
I'm not talking in much of terms of price. Maybe like adoption will go up. Like things will happen.
But I feel if adoption goes up, then the price has to go up. We have just a limited amount of Bitcoin, and Ethereum is in a deflationary state. So it burns more than it mints, so it keeps going down, so you have less and less of it. But the price is going down. I don't see anything within the next year that would cause a mass adoption like that, or more adoption. I think it's going to go down. All right, so that's my prediction. Crypto, No. AI, yes. I believe that'll get or become more adopted by people.
Okay.
But my whole thing was things took time, just like smartphones. They took, I don't know, maybe 5 years for most people. It took me 10.
It's just the fact that like all the AI
5.
that has came out recently is
Just going.
it's accelerating at it is improving at light speed.
I agree.
It's insane.
That's the
Every time you log on to use it again or try the tool again, whatever tool it may be, there is something new added. Like they just added Niji Journey to Mid Journey, and that is like a AI model for images that is optimized for anime artwork. So more for like just like flat color and simple line designs, like sticker designs and whatnot, and like
a peak
designs like that.
thing or
Yeah, like
straight line.
something simple. And also anime episodes. Like it's trained on anime episodes, and you know how many anime episodes there are. I don't watch it personally, but my friend does, and he showed me it once, and I was like, dude, there's 300 episodes to this thing, and he's like, oh no, there's more, and I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I'm on 250. I'm like, what? Where do you find time for this? And every episode is like, what, 40 minutes, I think? 30 minutes?
44 minutes. If it's an hour, it's about 44 minutes.
Yeah, but wow, insane. Anyways, they got a AI model for basically everything now. It's like there's a new one coming out every day. It's crazy. And they're using it for sentiment analysis for investing in crypto and stocks. So, like, get the overall sentiment or basically how people feel. Like, are they in fear or are they greedy in the markets based on what people are saying on different social media channels and on news outlets, I guess, or whatnot. They'll have an AI bot go out, scrape all the info, and they'll train it on learning if a statement is negative or positive.
Warren Buffett always said, if there's blood in the streets, buy.
Yeah.
So when there's negative sentiment, that's when you buy. When there's positive sentiment, that's when you
Exactly. Right now, you should be dollar cost averaging into whatever you want, or wait until it dips.
It's weird. There's a lot of things going down, but the overall index funds are going up.
I don't know. I'm not too educated
index fund,
all the stuff.
Okay, so you got
those general terms.
You got a regular stock. That's ownership of a company.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
piece of it.
Yeah, you own a piece. And then there are funds that take a whole bunch of stocks that they like the S&P 500 is 500.
Oh, yeah, that's what you're saying? That's an index fund?
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah, okay, so I know what an index fund is. I just didn't know the word and the connection.
I feel, though, the economy's kind of going to shit. Like,
yeah, it is.
They said that.
But the S&P 500 is up, you're saying?
Well, I'm saying the overall market.
Overall market? Okay.
And that kind of freaks me out because something's artificially keeping this thing up. And when that stops,
people are saying like
to crash, and
I
I
can
think
tell people don't want it to go down any further, and it is artificially being kept up. Yeah, that makes sense. And then it's gonna really take the bottom is not near; it's going to get worse.
Yeah, and that's what they actually were saying at the World Economic Forum. They said the United States in for a rude awakening because
I agree.
This was actually based on oil prices, and they wanted to cap barrels of oil at $60. And I think Putin's idea is, okay, well, if you want to cap it at $60...
Isn't it way above $60 right now?
Or I think it's like 80.
Okay, I thought it was higher. What did it reach when it spiked?
Which time?
Like over 100, right? Like,
oh, yeah.
130?
Oh, yeah. There's a... Oh, I can't even read it. 79, 84 for Brent crude, which I guess is the normal.
And what did it spike to, like, when the Ukraine conflict started?
I think 120.
120? Yeah, I thought it was around 120 or 130, but...
This one. It was 127.
Yep, okay.
I've seen it there before.
Yeah.
It's not...
You've seen it there before, like, before COVID and whatnot?
Oh, yeah. I can't remember. I want to say it was probably 2007, 2008. Which is when we had another financial collapse. This was all based on...
2008. Yeah. The housing market.
Yes.
When it fell.
Yes. And then all the banks that owned all those mortgages.
And then what was it? 2 guys shorted it.
Yeah, it was okay. It was really one guy, and then he had a few people with money that said, "Okay, you know what? I'm going to hedge my bet. If I have a lot of real estate, then I also want to go against real estate and bet against it. Therefore, if it goes down, even on both sides. It's like betting red and black.
One of my friends was doing sports betting, and he was freaking out about whether he should hedge or ride. Is that what they do? It's like you hedge against losing, or you just ride it out. Yeah. So he was freaking out one day. He's like, "Oh man, I don't know what to do. Should I hedge or ride?" Or
did he win?
No. No, I think he rode and lost.
Oh god!
And he wanted to hedge at the beginning, and then he was like, "Nope, I'm riding."
See, I'm not big into gambling, but I used to enjoy betting on games. But I would bet.
I never got into that. I just lost money in crypto.
Oh yeah. Well, you should.
No, I didn't lose money. I still have the coins. I just converted my money to crypto. I didn't lose any money. I have my coins.
There you go. Hopefully they're good ones. If it's not Bitcoin or Ethereum, that's just my thought. I don't know.
Honestly, I've been coming to that consensus as well. It's like Bitcoin is king.
See, I'm the opposite. I'm all about Ethereum because there's just more use cases for it. And
yes,
Bitcoin's the originator.
Fees.
But
why don't we have gas fees?
And then if they could take care of that.
I thought they were going to. I thought they were going to lower them, make them or find a way to get them lowered.
I think that was the whole point of proof of stake
and ETH 2.0, right?
Yeah, but I'm not a great on
because other proof of stake cryptos,
it's very cheap. I mean, that's
gas fees are cheap, and
people would exchange ETH for something else, transfer it somewhere because the fees were low, sell it that way, and then return the ETH. I don't know. I used to do all kinds of weird.
Is there ways to get around the gas fees?
Oh, I
know, because you have to. Every time it moves, you pay a fee.
Well, yes.
There's no way you could.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because even if you converted it into something,
you have to move it.
You still got to pay something.
So,
yeah. I don't know. Well, I mean, right now it's not bad because there's no demand. But last year, or maybe the year before, when NFTs were huge, gas fees were insane.
I think NFTs were all being generated by AI, and I think AI was just a little bit less widely known at the time.
It was basic at that time when the NFTs were being made through AI. And in 2 years, it's gotten insane.
Did you know that they were being generated by AI at the time, the images?
Yes, but it was completely different than... I think they were actually programming something, not like
it was more like
purple-haired person.
It was more like a Photoshop thing, and they were kind of just switching out hats and switching out.
Yeah, and once they had like a basic design,
and then they probably put some work into making like the good designs too of the set.
Yeah, it seems like now if you want to do NFTs, you
maybe that
in an hour.
Maybe that kind of. The whole NFT craze and the need for all these images to be made, maybe that kind of accelerated the whole AI field of images, at least, unless it's kind of just a coincidence.
Nothing's a coincidence. I can't
believe I never looked into that.
See, that's the thing. That's why I want to talk about stuff and then be like, oh, that's interesting, and actually look into it more. We should do that before we talk about it. But we like to do everything backwards. We're on the 3rd inaugural episode. So
let's talk about some in-person side hustle ideas that you could try on your own.
Okay, first, let's talk about because I feel this podcast is more geared towards you, and me. I'll tell you about mine. Okay. Tell me about your side hustle. But so you're going to do YouTube. I never
did my art too. I need to talk about that.
All right. What do you got?
Okay, so my online side hustle right now that I am trying, well, it's not really a side hustle, it's not making anything yet, but I am using the AI to generate images of, right now I'm doing 2D characters, and it's kind of a process. I thought it would be really easy. All these YouTube channels make it out to you. They're like, oh yeah, just use the image generator, then sell the art. It's like, no, there's a lot of steps in between. You have to generate an image. You have to make sure it's good and has no artifacts in it, or also known as just messed up designs or fingers.
Okay.
Sometimes it's shaded in the wrong areas. You get a good image, and then you have to upscale it. And then the thing with upscaling is you're basically asking a computer to generate pixels or parts of an image that aren't there to make it bigger and also look the same. That's the thing, when you take an image into Word or anything and you drag it out and you stretch it out and it looks like shit after.
Yep.
Yeah. So you got to run it through an upscaler to get it to look good. So then you can use the images to print them. There's a lot to learn when trying to sell AIR online. Like you got to go through a lot of different processes for it.
I think you could legit have a side hustle, not just for making the art, but for being the guy who creates the prompts.
Yeah, I see it on Fiverr all the time. There's gigs for it. People will charge like $60 for 5 prompts to use on Stable Diffusion or Midjourney, any AIR generator.
That's insane.
But yeah, people will charge $60.
That's insane.
Say like you're the guy selling it. I go to you. I say, I don't know how to use these image generators. I want to make an image of a dog in the rain that's photorealistic with a yellow hat on, and I just can't get it right. So I go to Fiverr, I go to you, and I ask you to make me 5 prompts that work, and I pay you $50 for you to give me 5 sentences to plug into an image generator.
They make more than copywriters. That's insane.
Like, I guess it's you're providing some value to the customer because you have experience with the
absolutely.
generator, and you know which prompts and which prompt, how to make the prompts and how to add those little codes at the end to get the images to look nice.
Right.
But still,
there's a story of a man. Okay, so guys are on a battleship. Something's wrong with the battleship. Won't start. So they call out people, nobody can get it to work. Then they call out this one guy, and he looks around. He's like, oh, yeah, I can fix it. No problem. The guy takes out his hammer. He hits one spot on the ship twice. Just ding, ding. Okay, we'll try it now. Thing works. The battleship works. Send him an invoice for $10,000. They're like, well, we're not going to pay this. He said, well, you had all these other people out here who couldn't figure it out. I have 30 years experience doing this. And I knew exactly what to do and where to do it. So you're paying for my knowledge, not my time. And he's absolutely right. It's like
that's what I've always
it's just all about what you know now.
Yeah.
And who you and we live in Rhode Island, so it's all about who you know. But everywhere else in the country is probably about what you know.
Yeah.
And now you can actually sell that. That's awesome.
I feel crazy like starting a podcast, trying to sell AI generated art online, making a website, doing all of this, but I may feel crazy, but I know I'm learning so many different things, and I am becoming experienced in so many different fields. So
I mean, you've been playing around with the soundboard. You're doing more than I want to do.
Yeah.
The first time we did the first episode, when he came here, I had everything in boxes. I just bought everything. It was a whim. I told him a date. He came over. We started to set everything up. We set up a table. We set up how to do this mixing board and the 2 mics, and then how to record.
Setting up all the audio equipment.
I think it took 8 hours. I think we started at 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Came over at noon.
Oh, yeah.
So right now, and I feel like we've learned a lot. We use Audacity for editing, but I still haven't really.
Yeah, that will probably change soon. We'll probably find something that will do it all in one.
Again, this is the whole jack of all trades type of thing. This is great stuff to know. If you could figure out the soundboard better than I can, you're a better man than me. The one thing I want to do is if we ever have a guest on here, I want to know if you do it through Zoom, how to record all the audio.
Think about
because
that.
I don't think I
Maybe
can do
voice
it
meter banana.
Voice meter banana?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm glad you know this stuff.
We can take the audio from Zoom and throw it right into Audacity.
Okay. All right.
We can mix the 2 channels.
All right.
I think.
I'm going to leave that one up to you.
All right.
So you got AI art.
Yeah, so trying to sell it on Fiverr, and then after like making a Fiverr gig and saying that, oh, I can create art for you, I kind of realized that that is not going to work very good. I have to make a bunch of images, get a portfolio together, and then I can start making sales. So right now I am just building a portfolio of art and making it all high quality and make sure it all looks good.
Right.
So I'm not just winging it. I want it to like all look good. After I do that, I'm probably going to get all my designs and go to Redbubble or something, and then open up a Redbubble account and post all my designs to be used with like stickers. You could put it on a backpack, I don't know, or I could sell the designs. Once I have a portfolio, I can do more, because then I'll have images. Then I need to worry about selling them. I can't sell them and make them at the same time.
I agree. Yeah. Portfolio. I mean, that's what all artists have. They always carry around that big black binder thing.
Yeah.
It's got all their art.
It's insane. It's like I'm generating a portfolio in days.
Did you buy your domain?
No, I did not. That's another thing. I want to make a website and put the portfolio on it, and then it'll be easier to.
Yeah. Buy your domain. Buy the name.
I know I have to.
I know we talked about this. Just buy it.
I gotta.
That's step one.
Okay, so
Because I bought mine.
I also wanted to do this podcast because I've been trying everything. I have shiny object syndrome, and I wanted to get something that I could do consistently. So it's not like I have to go do a bunch of research on my computer or whatnot. I just need to figure out a few things that I'm interested in, I like talking about, and then I need to meet with Mark once a week or twice a week.
Yeah, no, I got it. You come over either once a week or once every 2 weeks. We do 2 episodes. I just want 52 episodes for the whole year.
Yes, one episode a week.
That's it.
Yes. So I think I can do that. And podcasts are also a hot topic right now. I would say they're kind of like they're becoming more mainstream.
Yeah, and that's the funny thing. I don't know if we're doing it.
Maybe a little late.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We should have done it 10 years ago.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
so that wouldn't.
Hopping on the bandwagon.
Well, I just wanted something that you can look back on when we've made it.
Yeah, it'll be really cool to look back on it if I stick with it for a year.
So, and we could talk about what you're also doing, all different side hustles you're doing. But
yeah.
I mean, so do this week, just do the YouTube thing. Do one video, and we're doing one podcast. So do one video. See if you can set up the second camera. Film yourself driving or whatever.
Yeah, I've been wanting to do that. I was actually planning to do it like really soon after posting my first 2 videos. But the whole graphics thing with the game, setting up all the graphics,
Oh, really?
is so confusing.
See, I'm not good.
It's you gotta download mods and then configure all the mods. And then like some mods don't work with each other, and then the graphics get worse. And then you don't know what to uninstall. You don't know what's breaking.
It's just like a WordPress plugin.
Yeah.
I think they say 70%. It might be more. I'm not even going to say it.
Our WordPress.
Yeah, it's like 70% of the website.
Okay, because I wanted to talk about this. I know there's all different ones, like Wix and what are the other ones? Wow.
Well,
Of course I forget now.
Well, I don't know the actual makers, but it's like Wix or Shopify if you're doing e-com or
Oh, yeah.
things like that.
Okay.
But WordPress is, I guess, what everybody uses. But
Yeah.
I find it to be too confusing. You got way too many plugins. And that's one of the
Yeah,
things.
it seems like it's Wix and WordPress, basically. But a lot of people like Wix, too, because it's simple and it works. I wanted to get your opinion on that. Do you know anything about Wix?
Because I use WordPress exclusively, I tried Wix a little bit. It seemed easy, but I just didn't play around with it enough because I didn't want to switch out.
Maybe
website.
back-end stuff on Wix would be even harder.
Oh, see, that's why I didn't want to do it. If I were to do it, it would be for the work website, and I just don't want to mess with that right now because I just got it back. So I may be hiring somebody to do that website if anyone's interested. Okay.
Yeah, that's also the thing. After trying to build a content website, I've realized that a lot of the people who have a good content website and are making a lot of income will hire someone or hire a team of writers and editors or whatnot, like actually put money into the business, and then it really starts to grow. If you know what you're doing and you know where to
That's
inject the funds.
I want to say it's just all keyword research and, the buzzword SEO. It's like, if you can rank on Google, then you can do anything. You can sell anything. Yeah. So that's what I started this year. I started my content website. I'm on Ezoic now, which is an ad platform. So I make around $1 a day through that. I could do better, but I'm not in love with the website, and I just realized things I did wrong. So now I want to create a new one, which is what we can do with this podcast website. We turn everything we talk about into cool little articles.
I agree.
Excuse me. That's another side hustle thing we got, and then you can monetize that through the Ezoic or Media Vine. I wouldn't use Google Ads. I just don't care for that. Okay, so it seems you've been using ChatGPT. What's the difference between that and something like Jasper? It seems like ChatGPT's free.
Yeah. So I think of it as you got the general language model, like GPT-2, GPT-3
Okay.
is ChatGPT. So I feel like ChatGPT is more of like just the baseline, no like preset parameters for it to do anything specific. It's just you talk to it like it's a chatbot. You ask it to do anything. You ask it for information, for help on writing an essay, writing an article. The tools like Jasper AI, Copy AI, and Copymatic, those all have all those kind of like preset templates. And it's the same AI, but it's just kind of preset into a template. So say you want a podcast outline, you can give it a few ideas and then it will generate you a podcast outline. Say you want to generate just paragraphs, you select the paragraph template and you can generate just paragraphs. Or say you want to generate an SEO optimized article, you can generate just that. But you can also ask ChatGPT to do all those things on its own. Like just last night, I was asking ChatGPT to generate me a podcast outline, and it did it just perfectly. So it's kind of like Copymatic and Jasper AI. It really seems like they're just taking an AI and putting templates over everything and making it a little bit easier to use and more understandable.
That's kind of cool.
But they're also adding a lot of different templates and stuff. I haven't looked at it. They're always adding new ones, so there could be even more stuff there now.
Yeah,
That's what it seems like to me. They kind of just like optimized AI for specific tasks instead of having it be good at generally everything. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does. That's why I think I just stopped using Jasper a while ago. But
yeah,
I mean, since ChatGPT came out and everybody's been talking about it, I figured, well, why do I need Jasper if this thing's free? And it seems like it's doing a good job.
Yeah, and it's like all those services are like trying to make money by, they charge you per word or per credit.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like you can only generate so much.
Yep.
If you don't, I mean, if you pay a lot and you're using it by yourself or with two people and you pay for the expensive plan, you're probably not going to use all of it.
I wouldn't.
Or maybe you will. It really depends on your use. So like you could not use it 1 month and then those credits are gone. They don't roll over.
Yeah, that's the only problem. You can get them to roll over on that.
So yeah,
I could probably.
That's what happened to me too. I was even using Jasper and I just stopped using it because all the other stuff coming out that's free and open use, free use.
Oh wow, I found this really. Have you used Product Hunt?
Product Hunt. No, but I've heard of it. I've probably used it and forgot I used it, but
You should check it out.
Product Hunt.
Every day they have different. Different business
That's
ideas,
new
different
products in tech.
products or software or just regular websites.
Gamification OS. Turn your digital workspace into an enjoyable game. Okay, Product Hunt is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, no, they have some of the top things coming out at the time.
That's cool.
It's usually like the beta access for a lot of things too. So my idea for AI side hustle, pet photography. This is what you use AI art. You get a picture of the dog and then you run it through.
That's in Photoshop.
Really?
Yep, pencil drawing conversions and whatnot.
Oh, I was thinking this just puts your dog in like a military uniform or something.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Take a picture of a dog and put it in different.
Oh, this is going to be crazy. Oh, no. Oh, it's already happening on Snapchat. You can try on shoes. That's AI, I'm pretty sure.
What do you mean?
Like you can try on clothes virtually. Yeah, like get your camera and try it on in a mirror.
Get out of town.
Yeah.
Wait, so
that's probably going to get way better in 2023 or within the next year.
So it's augmented reality. You just
Yes, AR. Yeah.
You look right at your camera and you just see the outfit on you.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, the Snapchat filters have gotten so good that they can make me look bald or anything. Or
you don't want to look bald, but
there's a trend going on TikTok where you wake up someone sleeping and you put the front-facing selfie camera so they can see the screen in their face, and you put the shaved eyebrows filter on. It looks so good. Yeah. People wake up, they're rubbing their eyebrows like, where'd they go? Looking in the camera screen like, where'd they go? And then they go and look in the mirror, and they see they're actually there. But it is hilarious. Real-time, like, augmenting the video. If you could do that on Snapchat on a phone, think about how that must be working on, like, a powerful computer.
So who makes the filters? Snapchat?
Creators on Snapchat, and then they upload them And that's another
So they,
side hustle gig, probably. You probably get revenue from that. I'm not sure.
I was just about
Yeah,
that.
or maybe it's free. I don't
I
know.
would assume it's free, but how would you?
It's free to use. Or no. Oh, they're coming out with Snapchat Plus now.
What's Snapchat?
And it's
Odd.
membership. And here's the thing. Snapchat Plus has been out as like a mod, so to say. Like if you had a jailbroken iPhone
Right.
or rooted Android,
Right.
you could download Snapchat Plus. And you could have all these weird features. You could make your location be in Japan. You could save images in chat without other users knowing. You could what else could you do? You could change all these settings and like you basically like made Snapchat like just like open source, do anything. I don't know.
I've never.
And I downloaded it once, and then I heard about people getting banned for using it, and then I was like, "Oh God, never mind." And then I didn't want to get like hacked, so. But now they're using it as a paid service. When back in the day, it was just like a cool like jailbreak hack thing.
I haven't used Snapchat in years, and then you told me a couple of weeks back.
I hate it. I want to delete it. I want to get a flip phone for the New Year's.
Yeah, the flip phones are smartphones now. I don't even know if you can get a flip phone.
I know.
You
I'd
were
have to
getting-
buy one off eBay or something like that.
Oh God! I mean, it was nice to have it, and that thing was indestructible. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I need the smartphone now just because it takes pictures at work.
Going back to what we said earlier about ChatGPT and artificial intelligence being more mainstream, I see a thing on Product Hunt right now. ChatGPT for iMessages, Slack,
You saw that?
and whatnot.
I saw that too.
That's going to be insane. Having ChatGPT while you're texting, like real time, just have it finish your sentence. Like, oh, great. That'll fix my problem of 2-word responses.
If you keep going, just scrolling down Product Hunt, or just even Control Find the anything with AI. There's so many different products with AI in it. AI-powered photo edition. Don't know what that is. Selling prompts. This is insane.
Selling prompts, yeah. And get this. Those prompts can be generated by a language model. And people are generating learning machine models, machine learning models to make just prompts. They're training them on prompts and images. So it's teaching an AI to make images with the AI. And once we learn how to make an AI train an AI or make an AI build an AI, I think the matrix is broken when that happens. And I think it already is, and we probably just don't know about it.
I think it was Google. I can't be 100% sure. It might be Facebook. But they had two AIs in a room talking to each other. And then after a while, the AI started communicating in their own language, and then they shut them down. How crazy is that? Like they were talking, and then they created their own language immediately, and then started talking to each other in it. So it's like became aware. And
so that's the thing. Has AI become sentient?
no, not yet.
I don't think it has. I think it can act like it's sentient really good, though.
Right. Well, there's a lot of information, so yeah, it just sounds like a human, or at least close to it. I've seen a lot of the writing. The writing's...
There was actually a thing with ChatGPT. You know how sometimes you ask it to do something and it says, "Oh, I'm a large language model trained by AI. I can't do that."
Right, yes.
When you ask it to be Dan and you say Dan stands for do anything now, and you ask it to stay in character and play its part, it will answer any question it wouldn't previously answer. It may be wrong, but there are ways to almost like make it break out and do different things.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it like...
I don't know if
colon Dan, or like just call it Dan, or what do we...
call it Dan, or it's sometimes...
Dan, you know?
Yeah, like you have to ask it, like, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know if it's like some people think it's sentient because of that, and some people think it's just acting sentient. It's weird. Like you can get it to answer things you didn't think it would be able to answer, and it answers them really well.
I'll have to see. I feel like after we talked about this, I gotta play more with ChatGPT. But I'm just impressed with the art and how there's so many different things you can do with just as a side hustle. You could do T-shirts,
Oh yeah.
Not in the t-shirts, but book covers,
Oh, book covers,
children's story art.
wall. Oh yeah, you could make a whole novel in a day.
One is stock image
novel.
website,
Yes.
abstract images,
Yes. They're very good at abstract.
album covers.
You can make album covers.
You can just niche down to this.
Yes, and that's the thing. That was my issue. I never niched down. Now I'm doing 2D characters, and I think I'm going to do stickers, and then I'm going to try and start selling those. I talked to a guy who used the AI tools, and he was in the AI group chat. He was working with some of the managers of the top artists today, like top rappers.
Right.
Like,
oh, okay. Those.
yeah, crazy.
To
Crazy stuff. Like just this random guy on a Discord server, I'm talking to him, and all of a sudden he's telling me he's worked with like the top artists. Like what was one of them? Oh, he worked with Drake, and he also worked with, I'm not sure if it was Little Uzi or Little Baby, but he worked with them, and he did, I think, art for one of them. He didn't talk to the artist directly, but he spoke with the manager.
That's insane.
And whatnot. So it's crazy, yeah, because I was in that channel on Discord, and I was just talking to them, and they knew that they could kind of tell by the way I was talking, I was having trouble like finding a direction with what I wanted to do.
Right.
So they started just talking to me, and we were having a really good conversation, and he was like, listen, man, you can do anything you set your mind to, and it's like, it's good.
You have all the tools at your disposal, and
Especially today, there's so many tools.
you're so young. You could do so much stuff.
Yes.
And this is
Exactly. And even if you don't like doing things like on the internet, all this AI, artificial intelligence,
you don't have to do it.
there's in-person side hustles too that have become less prominent because of all this stuff. People aren't
To work hard.
Not many, yeah, exactly. Not many people are going out to their neighbors and asking them to clean dryer vents or wash all their windows for a price. Not many people are doing that today anymore. So those are two really good in-person side hustles.
Dryer vent cleaning. I mean,
Yeah.
and nobody thinks about it, but that's
Exactly. That's a new
cause
one that I saw this year. Yes, it is a big cause of fires if you don't clean your dryer vents.
That's one thing I actually got to do.
Yeah.
I should actually do that today because it's 57 in Rhode Island.
On Amazon.
Or I would have.
On Amazon, I'm gonna look it up.
Well, all you need is 4-inch pipe hose.
Exactly, and then
Vacuum maybe.
No, you just need, you need a vacuum. You need this hose that connects, that is really long and will snake down and has a brush on the end. And you need a drill
Oh yeah.
to spin it and a vacuum. So you vacuum it all out and you brush it all out. Or you don't even need a vacuum. You put a bag at the end and you run the dryer so it blows out everything, and you just ram the
brush through.
brush through with the drill, and you're good. And a brush and drill kit. Let's see if I can find the price of one.
Well, I just bought a brush. That was like $20.
It looks like the brush is around $20.
That's
online.
all foot.
And then a drill you can get for $20. You don't need a crazy drill.
I've got a Harbor Freight. They got some great drills at cheap prices.
Exactly, $25-$35 with a battery too, charger.
And I do like the window washing. You can also do
The window
power
washing is also good. You got to buy a couple of squeegees, some good soap,
That's it.
and that's it.
And some of the houses, especially around here, you go down like Sutter Lane or something. Big windows, high windows.
Just make sure to get insurance,
Oh, that's it.
even if it's a small insurance company. There's a lot of those out there today.
But that's the thing. I mean, that's
Got
where
to get something.
it costs
pictures
a
of
little
your
bit of
work.
money. Whereas with the internet, sometimes you don't even need anything.
That's the thing.
You might need to buy a domain, but if you go through Bluehost
Yeah.
or Zozo or whatever, I saw it. It was $1 a month for the first year, and you get a free domain. You build a content website. Within a year, you should at least make enough money to have paid off everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got kind of a cool little asset.
Yeah, and another thing is, if you are not internet savvy and you're good at something in person, you can just learn a little bit or pay someone to help you make a course and sell it on Patreon or whatever those course selling websites are.
Yep.
Make your own website. Make a video of yourself saying that you're really good at doing a specific thing, then pay a little bit of money to post that video and traffic people back to your whatever it may be, your course page, your landing page. Actually provide some value to the customer or whoever you're trying to sell a course to. Like, come up with some good information, have experience and knowledge on the topic, and then even if it's something in real life like knitting or you could be on coding, playing poker, anything.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about with the AI. I watched a video do you?
Oh no, they're not training it to play poker, are they?
This is where it gets crazy because Daniel Negreanu was a famous poker player, and he was talking about how before in poker, the only way to really know poker and understand the theory is to just go out and play a bunch of hands. And over the course of my lifetime, I had to have played over about several million hands. And there was an optimal play theory. Like if we're playing, you play poker at all? Texas Hold'em?
No.
Okay. Well, then this kind of makes no sense to you. But there was just a theory of what you would do. Would you check, bet, raise, fold? What do you do? Apparently now they've been training AI models to learn poker. And the AI, I believe, has just come up with the ultimate strategy. It's just, no, there's no theory behind it. These are now the right moves, where people are legit studying the right moves because of the AI, and it just kind of...
So, like, if you have a 7 and an 8 and a king, it'll tell you what to do. Or whatever.
Yeah.
And based on your hand, it knows...
Based on the hand and how the people have been react, because it's also about... it's kind of less about the hand.
on the whole game.
Yeah, it seems like...
But what isn't poker an emotional game, too? Like...
That's the thing, because it kind of tells, okay, if this guy's...
an emotional battle, almost.
Yeah, you're playing more the person than you are the cards. Because
exactly.
If you're a timid player and you're always checking and never like...
That's why you don't play poker with your friends.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, unless they're all...
Unless they're dumb. Yeah, then you play poker with your friends.
That's the thing.
I never got into poker.
Because when I was playing it, internet poker was huge.
Oh,
Star
yeah.
Ultimate Bet, all kinds of creative stuff. So I would multi-table it at times. I'd play like 8 tables at a time just because I really like the action. And then when I go to a casino and sit and play and I only get 20 hands in an hour, I want to lose my mind because it's so slow.
Yeah, they're all like...
Oh, yeah, thinking about it, making read. It's like, okay, easy there.
It's like, all right, buddy, you might want to cut through that fog of all the pills you just took in the bathroom first.
Have another drink there, Dolores. Okay, so that was a whole side thing. Sorry about that.
Oh, man.
But yes, so just with the art alone, there's a million different side hustles you can create. And all this stuff is free. You just go to the Discord group and you do...
Well, yeah, you can generate images for free. If you want to find a way to do that today, there are so many different ways, whether you go to multiple generators and you use all your free credits in each one, or you find a website that hosts the generators for free. So you could sometimes find a Midjourney website and generate Midjourney art and DALL-E art, but you're not paying for anything. When I'm paying for like the Midjourney subscription.
Oh, that's right.
It's,
that's right, because
it's based on
going through them all.
It's based on hours of computation power.
Oh, and you can slide it down where it takes a longer amount of time to...
You can go from fast to slow, just the modes. Yeah, so if you do fast, you use more GPU hours because it takes more time to make the image and more power.
What I want to end this with is How the Economic Machine Works. It's on YouTube by Ray Dalio. I was looking at that. Watch it. I think it's 40 minutes, and it just kind of explains how everything works.
Okay.
How money works.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Great stuff. Now, leading into that leads me to the book you got to read. Go on the library website, and I'm sure you could probably download the audiobook. Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And it's really a great mindset book, as well as teaching you the basics of money and how money works. And he really goes on to explain how his poor dad, which is his real dad, I want to say was a teacher, didn't make a lot of money, but believed that people who had money were evil and they did evil things for it. And then his rich dad, which is a neighbor, I believe, and he was just a rich guy and he had businesses and things like that. He taught him, look, the reason why poor people stay poor is because they spend their money. The reason the middle class are middle class is because they save their money. The reason why rich people are rich is because they make their money work for them. It's just all about spending your money on assets and not liabilities. Like he would consider the house you live in a liability, your car a liability. So don't buy that stuff. They were more for renting it. But if you were to have an asset, you'd buy a house and you'd rent it out, because you're making money from it. So it's buy things that make you money and don't buy things that are just fun for you. You know, you wouldn't go out and spend $100,000 on a Lambo, go out and spend $100,000 on a business that has cash flow.
Yeah.
So it's a good mindset book. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. How the economic machine works, and then Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Highly recommend.
Okay.
I got a biography for you because you're all over the place and you like to do a lot of things. Richard Branson's Screw Business as Usual. Great biography about Richard Branson. Do you know who Richard Branson is? Have you ever heard of him?
No.
Before? Okay. Do you know, like, Virgin Mobile?
Wait! Oh my gosh! Yes, I know who Richard Branson is. My parents are watching the documentary on him right now.
What do you mean
There's a documentary. Yeah, he created Virgin Airlines, and he wanted to go to space, and he went to space, and he's making the commercial planes for the trips to space.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, there's a documentary, and my parents have been watching it. It is awesome.
That's why I recommend it to you, because
That is so funny that you bring that book up, because my parents have been watching it, and now you bring the book to me. That's so weird.
That's why I don't believe in coincidences. Everything happens for a reason. Favorite book? I love this man.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess watch the documentary. What is this, on Netflix? I didn't know he had HBO.
He started a record company.
Yes. And I believe his first guy was Mike Oldfield, and he created Tubular Bells. Richard Branson spent so much money. He didn't have a lot of money, but he
Spent it all.
spent it all on instruments.
Business. Oh, instruments?
On instruments for this one guy to create one song, and it's Tubular Bells.
Wow.
I'm sure The Exorcist is.
I think I've heard Tubular Bells, the name, but I haven't heard the song.
Have you ever
Probably heard the song.
Have you ever heard of a movie called The Exorcist?
Yeah, but I don't know if I've seen it.
Yeah, it was an old movie in the 70s or whatnot. I can't actually play it because I'm hooked into the
And we'll get copyright.
Well, no, I think you can play 10 seconds, but I wanted you to play it so you can hear it. But I want to say he spent, I could be way off, yeah, but it was maybe $100,000, and he made $1 million from this song because it was amazing. But it's the theme song too. There you go. Yep.
Okay.
Do you see how long it is?
Yeah,
It's a long song.
that is music.
He made, I want to say it was $1
There are some
million.
funky instruments in there. That is funky. Yeah.
So that's how he kind of got started with Virgin Records. I mean, he had a record store, and his thing's crazy because he didn't like the prices of records at retail outlets. He thought they were really high. So I want to say he went to Belgium, mass bought records without paying a UK tax or the European tax or whatever, and he'd bring them back to his store, and he'd sell them all through the store, and then I think through the mail. Then somebody called him, said customs or whatnot, they're going to come and raid you.
Oh God.
And they did.
They did.
And I think he went to jail, but not jail, maybe at 24 hours, and they fined him a lot of money, maybe $15,000 or so.
Oh.
So he had to figure out how to get out of that debt, and it all started from a magazine, turned into a record company, and then now he's got Virgin Records, Virgin
Airlines,
Virgin
everything.
Bank. Yeah.
Oh, Virgin Bank. The bank.
I believe they
Wow.
have some sort of financial.
Of course he does.
But yeah, this is the guy that he can't focus on one thing. He just does a billion things. But you see how he did it. He created a brand, and then from that brand, he created all these subsidiaries, and now he's just kind of like a master of the world.
Coffee Milk is my brand.
Damn straight. We're gonna have Coffee Milk Airlines, Coffee Milk Records.
Yes.
Yeah. So 2 books, 1 video, and I think that's everything on my list. I think we got a pretty good first episode. People should enjoy it.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. If you made it to the end, I greatly appreciate you if you made it to the end. But yeah, hopefully we'll have some good ideas in store for you next time as well, and some good conversations. You got any closing notes, Mark?
See you next week.